Knockout Legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. Now, I've watched quite a few interviews, and a lot of the information I've gained from all of this is kind of bits and pieces. And I'm just going to give my take on it. But I just watched, I think it was Box Nations with Umar IFL, or should I say he's not IFL anymore, Umar, with Joseph Parker, and he was giving his take on what he thought about Bakole stepping in, and he was just saying, well, we can't control if you get sick, or you can't control anything. You can only control your training, your eating, and whatever. But he says, he's ready for the challenge. He's ready for Bakole. He's zoned in. He's locked in, and he's took the fight. Plus, I heard he asked for the fight. He asked for Bakole. This was in another interview. He asked for Bakole. I think the interview was with Derek Chisora, and I think it was the Stomping Ground with Derek Chisora. And Derek Chisora was saying that if it was him, basically, Daniel Dubois would owe him money for obviously pulling out. And then he started laughing and made a joke about it. And he said, Daniel was sick, and Daniel was sick. And I think to myself, was he sick? Because when I watched another interview, and I got from that interview, apparently Daniel was taking antihistamines, and then he had to ask the boxing board of control if he could fight while he's on these antihistamines. It kind of raised a red flag for me. I'm thinking to myself, because I've heard this before in the comments and like of other videos, and people have been saying that they don't want Daniel to fight Joseph Parker, because obviously if he loses, then he loses the belt. They want the heavyweight title to stay in Britain, and it's like a collaboration between Frank and Eddie, that they're conspiring to keep the belt there, and they're taking basically advantage of Joseph Parker, because he will fight anyone, and because he's a nice guy, that by pulling Dubois out, that they can keep the belt and he can go and fight Usyk, because that's the main objective. They want to unify and get the belts off Usyk, and they think that Usyk's ready now, primarily ready, because Daniel was the only person before that's come close to looking like he's beat him, apart from Derek though. But like this time around, with him having the confidence and having his newfound fighting ability, I should say, I think it's just more having more heart, that he probably would have the chance to go on and beat Usyk. But it's kind of astounding, because I was actually believing when I watched the interviews and both of them going face to face, and then the head offs and the face to faces, and they were talking, that Daniel believed that he would beat Joseph. And like, he kind of made me believe when I was watching that, because I used to always think before that Joseph would win just based off experience. But then the more I heard Daniel talk, I thought, well, the way he's talking, he's actually winning me over. He won me over with like what he was saying. But then to pull out, and like what Derek was saying as well, you'd owe him money. That's one thing that's true for the training and stuff. But then all these other things about the antihistamines, and then he's not sick, and Eddie Hearn and Frank are contriving to like keep him away. It just seems weird. But then it kind of stinks, because it reminds me of like things Fury would do, pull out at the last second. And for all the talk, what he was talking, I don't think he was sick. I think either there's two things. They know they're going to get the Usyk fight, so they don't want him to fight Parker in case he loses, and then he loses his chance to unify. That's one thing. Also, I think the antihistamines, or whatever he's popped. So they've used that as an excuse to say to the board, we took these antihistamines, blah blah blah, and they've said, oh no, you can't fight because of this, blah blah blah. So long as so he doesn't pop, they've give that as an excuse as well. So that's another excuse. I just see loads of red flags here, and it kind of stinks. It makes you understand that boxing stinks, man, and that like it's just shady as hell. It's shady as hell, you know. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. And that is another one from the one and only Knockout Legends. Peace.